Hey everybody, it's Calvin the Go here, and I'm here on my chapter 1058 review, New Emperor. And I hope everyone here will subscribe, like, share, and spread the word about my videos. So today was a pretty jam-packed chapter. I think this is one of the chapters that Oda has really kind of shows you that he's trying to condense the series. He's trying to give everyone the information we need, and we had a load of information. I'm not going to be able to get into everything today. I might talk about other topics in a separate video this week, but end of the day, to start off, we got the bounties. I'm not gonna go into every single bounty, but the middle tier, Straw Hats, the Namis, Brooks, Frankies, etc. They got 300 million boost. I don't know if I really agree with some of those, but at the end of the day, that's kind of the Luffy stimulus package. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the boosts from people like Usopp, people like Nami, those are going to be just strictly off of the strength of being a member of an emperor's crew, and they even were called commanders this chapter. But it's kind of contradictory because you have a commander that has 1,000 belly who you call a pet. So how is he a pet? How is Chopper a pet and a commander at the same time? That doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is there. Um, the boost. I think Frankie kind of got hoed again. I think Frankie should have a higher bounty than Usopp definitively, but I don't. I just at this point I don't think that's ever going to happen again because we saw Frankie beat a flying six and didn't really get his body touched. You know what I'm saying? Like he fought in his own robot and then got out and then fired the laser beam and defeated Sasaki. And while Usopp didn't really do anything, maybe the sibling hunter thing and saying he had conquered Sasaki, maybe that worked. Maybe that got him some clout. I don't know. 500 million is crazy because at the end of the day, that is the bounty that Luffy started off the time skip with. Or no, that's Luffy's bounty after defeating No Flamingo, right? Like that's kind of crazy to think about it. Now we're at the point where someone like Usopp, who is pretty low in the totem pole, pretty low in the totem pole in terms of power, is able to have a bounty that high. So that just shows like how far the strides are going, how we're gonna go straight to the moon. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people, like me included, said 3 billion was too low for Luffy. They're probably trying to suppress him, kind of like they were doing with Robin. Robin's finally getting her credit with the 930 million berry bounty, and it's really interesting that the crew is finally solidified. Like we've seen once we saw Luffy's bounty, we kind of like, all right, we're Yonko now. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's interesting how Oda's kind of put like the 2 billion to 3 billion is like the Yonko caliber um bounties because you have Blackbeard who was like 2.2 I think 2.2 billion something like that, and then Crocodile's pretty close too with the 1.9, and I'll talk about that later. But it's really interesting how that's turned out today. And oh, bro, Oda loves to troll Sanji. There's nothing else you can tell me. He loves to troll Sanji, and we kind of knew something like this was gonna happen because we had Sanji talking mess about Zoro's bounty, and then now it's the same thing, and then actually coming to blows. It's a little bit different now because like they weren't on the ship when Sanji got his new bounty. I feel like it would have been funny. That would have been funny too if we saw that, but clearly everyone was in one already. Setting up for the next arc. Jinbei's. So apparently Sanji's and Zoro's bounties had something to do with their birthdays. I don't know all about that. Oda does like to do little puns and little quirky things with his bounties, though. We do know that we've seen that with the other Yonko. Some people say, oh, 4.89 is Akagami, whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say that. I don't know much about the numbers. I haven't really looked into it. I'm not gonna deep dive into that. I might deep dive into certain topics, but stuff like bounties, I don't think I'm ever gonna know. But someone who knows the Japanese, knows the kanji, knows how little intricacies of things will work out, then maybe they'll know more about that. But at the end of the day, I don't know much about that. Now we go into Zoro and Sanji having the little clash. I think that was pretty funny. These are the things, kind of things that I missed coming into One Piece. The time skip, we didn't really have much interaction with the crew. We had a lot of them pre-time skip, and that's kind of the foundation of why people love the series. We didn't get really nearly as much, and they also got the crew was split in Dressrosa, so a lot of things were going on. split up in Hell Cake Island, split up in one. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole crew was split up for so long, and then in Wano we had that nice little spread with everyone sitting there, and, flexing out. Next we got into the cross guild stuff. Everyone knew that Buggy wasn't the real leader. I think a lot of people will like to troll Mihawk stands and be like, "Oh, well, Buggy is your captain." It's like, bro, everyone knew in terms of power, in terms of influence, in terms of anything that Buggy is just a meme. You know what I'm saying? Buggy does have some kind of influence, but he even said himself that a lot of he was riding on the Giants, and the Giants are pretty much fodder. Well, hydrogen in them. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen the real Outback Giants yet. We'll see them soon enough. But he was riding on them. He owed Crocodile money. It was really funny. I don't think anyone really has a big issue with that. Like, yes, he's a meme god. You know what I'm saying? That's what he is. He's just here for comedic relief. He's like a king character. He's like kind of, you know what I'm saying? He's someone that is gonna meme his way to the top of the verse, and he has a higher bounty than Luffy. And this kind of just goes to show you really can't take the power scaling of bounties seriously. We actually got to see how Brand New kind of made his bounties for everyone, and then they say, "Oh, well, he knew red hair, he knew this, so he knows a bunch of people, so he must be strong by comparison." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. That we know that's not how it works, but it's really funny to see how they think about everything. And Bounty has a huge bounty. I mean, Buggy has a huge bounty. Crocodile's a huge bounty. 1.9 billion. I'm really happy to see Crocodile back in the series. He's one of the most competent villains we've ever seen. He was washing Luffy. Luffy literally got lost like what 2, 3 times. He killed him. He threw him in a sand pit. Robin had to save him. Like he was taking big W's. And Oda himself has stated that he probably did bring him into the series too early. And we're seeing now that he's such a big player, even in as we get to the end of the series, he's basically a Yonko bounty. And if he got the credit for being the leader of Crossguild, he would have been the one to be the new emperor. And that's really interesting to think about. He came there, saved Buggy, and then, proceeded to beat Buggy's ass. But that's another thing. Mihawk, the Marine Hunter, 3.56 something billion. That's a Yonko caliber bounty without a crew. It really makes sense now when we hear that he's the Marine Hunter. Because a lot of people are like wondering how high is Mihawk's bounty going to be. He kind of sticks himself. He doesn't really bother anyone. But now we know back in the day he was hunting the Marines. So if he's hunting the Marines, his bounty's going to go high just because he's probably murking Marines. He's probably murking an admiral one day. I don't know if we'll ever get any exposition on who the people that he was fighting. It might have just been fodder. Who knows? But we know that Oda gives these little tidbits, like kind of like when Queen said tons of armament hockey masters have fell to my. Well, we don't really get a name. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably going to be the same thing with Marine Hunter, unless he wants to give him his lore. Mihawk is someone who has like Yonko level portrayal. So if he really does want to give him that clout, maybe he will say, "Oh, he beat the Zephyr back in the day." It kind of makes sense. Cut off arm. A lot of people say could have been Doflamingo too, could have been Weevil. I don't know, but I think that's a pretty big hype if you say he beat an admiral in the past, especially someone who we know trained a lot of the current Marine admirals today. Um, and from that we get into Sabo and Dragon and Kamabaka Kingdom. It's really interesting how we had all this happen. We had bounties from the shots, bounty from the Shibukai, and then we get a little taste of Sabo greatness. Pause, pause, pause. But we get a little bit of Sabo too. Um, this is just jam packed. I'm assuming next chapter is gonna be more about Sabo. We're gonna get to learn what happened with Vivi, learn what happened with Sabo, what happened to Cobra. Um, if Cobra really is dead, we need to figure out what happened there. I'm assuming it was CP0, but that might be kind of a boring plot line. If everyone can kind of predict what happened, but at the same time, not everyone is gonna read these chapters and analyze them like a lot of people in the One Piece community are. A lot of people are gonna read the chapter and move on with their life, or watch an episode and move on with their life. So not everyone is gonna expect the same things that people who are the diehard fans are. And he's not gonna write for diehard fans. He's gonna write for people, for everyone to come enjoy. And I think that's really good. Um, Dragon saying I don't know if I like Dragon kind of questioning Sabo. I feel like he should know as his right hand man that he wouldn't do something like that. And even if he did somehow kill Cobra, we know that wouldn't be on purpose. You know, he's not trying to assassinate Cobra. We know he probably just saved Vivi, and then Cobra died. He might have, what I'm saying. I don't. We don't know what happened yet, but it has probably something to do with CP0, something to do with Vivi and Cobra. They probably, what I'm saying. Sabo might have saved Vivi, and then they're. I don't know why they separated. I think that's really interesting. That brings a lot of intrigue to me that they separated. I thought they were all going to be together. It does hurt the Marine that everyone looks like they're good. We know there's some time passed, but at the end of the day, they got away. Every single one of them got away. They got Kuma. They got all their commanders. They walked out scot free against two Marine admirals that looks bad against them. The Marines do need some W's. Hopefully SSG will give them some W's because they really just look incompetent right now. And it's really interesting to think about what's going to happen next. The break hurts, but it's a break on such a good topic chapter on something that we could talk about for weeks and weeks and weeks. This feels to me like the ultimate chapter, like 925. Like it just feels like such a monumental chapter, and so many things are gonna happen from this. And I'm really excited to see what happens next. I will be dropping a topic video this week. I'm not sure what it'll be about. It might be about the Marine Hunter thing. It might be about Crocodile. I'll see what kind of sticks out to me. But this is such a good chapter to talk about. We can have a video about every single section in this. We can have a video just all about the bounties. We have a video all about Mihawk. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things we could talk about, and I'm really excited to see what happens next. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you later. Calvin the Goat is signing out. Peace out.